What's up, fam? It's your girl back with a new video. My voice is getting a little better, but I'm ready to talk. Anyways, before we start this video, check out my new website, noquantize.com, where you can get all your beat making needed, where you can get all your beat makers, whatever. Just go look at the website, man. Get you a cool hat. I got me my beat tapes, beat art on my shirt, multiple colors. I got the mint green right now. Check it out. Speaking of my beat tape, I wanted to make a really quick video and talk about how I made my beat tape. I really wanted to make this really simple and answer a few questions. Sorry, this is wobbly. So yeah, I want to be able to answer these simple questions only because you guys should be able to answer these questions yourself if you're making a beat tape. These questions are: why did I make the beat tape and when? How did I make the beat tape? You know, like what instruments did I use, what programs, what software, how did I upload the music, and what does it mean? What does the beat tape mean? My next couple of videos, I will be showcasing how I made some of the beats, so comment below, let me know which beats you want me to break down and kind of do a behind the beats. I will also do a video on how I did the artwork, because I also did the artwork. I did everything. So let's just get with it. Let's get started. Let's talk about how I made the beat tape. Alright, question number one. Why did I make the beat tape? So I've been making beats for probably 2 or 3 years now. Consistently, especially for like the past year and a half. You guys have seen my journey on YouTube, literally. I've been uploading and you guys been seeing my progress. So I've just been uploading beats on SoundCloud, and I've always wanted to have a project, like a major project, like an album or just like a collection of beats. My dream is always to have it on Apple Music and Spotify. Probably 6 months ago in October or November, I decided to stop posting music on SoundCloud and just start collecting music, make a beat tape. And I wanted to actually have like almost 50 beats, because I really wanted to be like J Dilla and like have like a whole bunch of like random beats, super short, just like how he does it. He has a whole, like if you go to the record store and you see an album from J Dilla, he'll have like 24 beats on one record. Same thing for like Knife Wonder. He came out with the beat tape that had like 40 something beats on it, which was amazing. Like each beat was crazy, and the beat tape only lasted like a little over an hour. So that was the goal, like to have a bunch of beats and not to actually waste your time, have like minute beats and stuff like that. So I actually decided to do a new process for myself. So usually I actually make beats within like 15 minutes. Like I would just sample something, create the beat on the spot, and then post it online. That's kind of like what I'm used to, and it was really hard for me to stop doing that because I'm so used to sharing my beats in the moment with other people or with the world. I think it sounds good, so I'll post it. So I had to stop myself from doing that and collect my music. So I changed my process around. I actually decided to collect a lot of vinyl and actually listen to vinyl for at least 2 months straight without even really making a lot of beats. So my routine in the morning, I would wake up, I would listen to a bunch of records while I was getting ready for work, and during work on my breaks, I will actually chop up some of the samples and then collect different drum breaks and different drum sounds. Then that's pretty much the beginning of the process. But the reason why I actually made it is because I wanted to have prove to myself that I can make a collection of beats without having to post something on SoundCloud. So that's the reason why I wanted to make the beat tape. And it was kind of for like myself and kind of like the 7-year-old self inside of me. I've always wanted to make a beat tape with samples. This is my first major project. My future projects, I want to have different types of music. I will change it up so you guys won't always see me do the same thing. So the next project, it could be me not even using vinyl at all. I could just be using all the instruments I have without sampling from anyone else, make my own samples, and then taking it to the next level every single time I make a new project. So this time around, I wanted to just get my J Dilla on, my Knife Wonder on, my boom bat lo-fi. It was awesome. I had the best time making this beat tape. So it took about 6 months to have everything finished that I wanted to finish. I actually made probably like 50 beats or over 50 beats. Came down to only 20 beats that I like, that I would like to listen to on a daily basis.
This video was brought to you by
noquantize.com. Who's at the door? It's the mail. Yes. how did I make the beat tape? So just like I said before, I collected a bunch of vinyl. I listened to a bunch of vinyl for at least 2 months straight, just not even really making beats. I was just listening to different sounds, different artists, like not really going towards a certain genre, but trying to just open my eyes to different types of music and vinyl, different years, different everything. So I would just listen to a bunch of music. I would listen to a lot of other beat makers, a lot of different producers, everything, just to kind of just open my ears. And then during work, because you have to make time for yourself. Some people don't think they have enough time to do anything, and I try to make time for everything. So I have breaks at work. So during my breaks at work, I would listen to the samples that I've recorded, and then I would chop up the samples, and then I would collect drum breaks. That's how I started the beat. So I use my Native Instruments machine. This is actually the MK3, and I actually use the MK2 for everything for my beat tape. So don't get it twisted. This is my new baby. I just got it, but I did everything 98% on the MK2. But I did use a lot of the SP404 for a lot of sampling. So what that means is for the SP404, I actually took my iPhone or my iPad, or if I heard like a really cool vocal track or somebody talking, something on YouTube, like I would sample that into my SP404, or I would actually sample, I know you guys saw a video of me sampling some drums, so I would sample some of the drums into this SP404 with the electric drum kit, or the Teenage Engineering Pocket Operator. I would sample some of the drums into here, add some samples I would add some effects to those samples, like some reverb, some echo, something crazy, resample into the machine, and then add it to the beat. Really simple. My beats are pretty simple. I have the sample, which is the vinyl, which is the melody. I have the drums, the drum break, the percussion. I have the bass back here. I have my Moog So Fatty, so that's most of my bass. I have one song on there that I use a VST for the bass, which is Firmament. Everything else was with this, like Gravity 83 was the Moog. It's crazy. But yeah, I was really simple with what instruments I use. I used the machine, the SP404, Audio Technica, a turntable for the sampling of my record. Software I used was Native Instruments machine for all of the production, for pretty much everything. I love Maschine. It's pretty much the best beat making software for me. I did master in Logic Pro using Ozone 8. One of my last videos, I showed you guys how I master my beat tape. I also used the micro cord for the sirens, my J Dilla sirens right over there. Yep. As time went on and I was making the beat tape, you guys, like I told you guys, I came up with a brand, this No Quantize idea, and actually came up with a business plan and came out with a business, got an LLC, had to create the website, design these clothes. I also wanted to launch everything at the same time, so it was parallel with the beat tape, so I had to make the beat tape and the business at the same time. So everything took up to literally up until my birthday, which was March 25th. That's when I launched everything, and everything was pretty smooth. It was really nice. It's pretty simple. I don't like to complicate things at all, and I use DistroKid. They helped me out to get my music onto all the major platforms. They're like TuneCore or CD Baby. They're really good for independent artists to get your music out there. Now let's talk about the meaning behind conversations. So alright, so the reason why Confessions. Okay, so the reason why Conversations is the name of the beat tape is because every single song, the beat tape has no lyrics pretty much. There's nobody talking, there's no one rapping, or there's no one going into details about anything, right? Which is really nice because music should really speak for itself. So the music actually has nothing to do with the titles and the meaning of the beat tape, but the beat tape has a lot of meaning to it. So Conversations is a beat tape of different titles that are a conversation starter. Yes. Basically 6 months ago, my life changed. The person that I am is completely different from the person I was 6 months ago. Like, I'm completely changing in every single way, in a great way. 6 months ago, I don't know how I can say this, but long story short, Conversations is a list of conversations I wish I could have with people, but I can't, okay? 6 months ago, I have a lot of epiphanies, or these spiritual experiences and personal experiences. I can't really talk about them with the average person because they're just like, what? So you know, I kind of have these conversations with the closest people with me or closest people around me. But like to the average person, like I can never really have these conversations with them, or they are conversation starters so people can actually talk about them. So it kind of gets really deep. So like if you are my friend and we have some time to spend and we could talk, holla at me, because this is some deep stuff. So things like genetically modified, which is talking about genetically modified organisms, or Kundalini, that's, you know, look it up, like Lemuria. There's a lot of things that I wish I could talk to people about, but I can't. So like, or when I have conversations with people, they walk away or they don't want to have the conversation, whatever. So that's why I made the beat tape. It's really just like my way of having these conversations or starting these conversations, or, you know, just having conversations. So it's really cool. It's like, if you have some time with me, you want to talk to me and I have the time, like we can do that and have conversations about my beat tape. But that's what the meaning of it is about. It's about starting conversations about each one of those topics, and even more topics that, you know, maybe I'll have a second beat tape that continues conversations. So who knows, but that's pretty much the meaning behind it. Like I said, the next videos I will talk about how I made the beats, or which beats, or kind of like behind the beats, and then also the artwork, you know. Also let me know if you want to learn more about opening a business, more about my website, more about anything, like, because I'm down to teach and kind of, you know, share my experience with you guys. So let me know what you want to hear. I love you guys. Beat of the week.
Yeah.